Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. Excuse my appearance, we are doing a makeup video today. So I am completely barefaced and my hair is actually a mess too. Oof, but we will ignore that because by the end of the video we'll be holiday party ready. So I'm going to my boyfriend's boss's Christmas party at his house, and I wanted to show you guys how I'm gonna get ready. And yeah, so let's just get into it and I will show you guys what I'm using and everything like that. Okay, so I wanted to talk about this before I get started. This is the Beauty Bakery Proof is in the Puddin' eyeshadow palette. So I actually got this in my FabFitFun box, which I'm going to do a video on as well. But I got this eyeshadow palette in it, and I literally feel like this is me in an eyeshadow palette. Like, I love to use neutral colors. I am a neutral eyeshadow kind of girl. That's just how I am. So I will show you guys what it looks like on the inside. Oh, wow. So like these colors just speak to me. Like these, that shimmer is really pretty. Like these, but these like mattes, like this is what I use regularly for my eyes. Like I don't typically do too much. I don't really do anything crazy. But yeah, so I usually keep it pretty simple with my eyeshadow. So I wanted to use this for all you simple basic eyeshadow queens out there who may stumble across this video. But yeah, all right, I'm just gonna get into it. I'm gonna go step by step. I usually use a different moisturizer, but this is the one that's here. So I'm gonna use these Pixi Skin Treats H2O Skin Drink. It does have a silicone primery feel to it, I think, but I do like it. I also have to be mindful not to put too much, because I have oily skin and I feel like it is very, very hydrating. My skin is actually super dry right now because I just showered and it's winter. So my skin does get pretty dry in the winter. Okay, so now that that is done, I'm gonna get out my two foundations. So I'm mixing right now. I've been using Fenty Beauty in the shade 180. This is the Pro Filter. I have to shake this up because this is definitely expired, so I wouldn't recommend using expired cream products, but if you shake her up real good, she's fine. Yeah, so I'm gonna mix this with my favorite Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in the shade 310. Oh, the shade's up here, 310. But obviously, this is not my shade. So, and I just like this formula mixed with this one. And so together they make like a good one. And I'm wearing a turtleneck, so I can get away with like going a little bit darker with foundation today. So yeah, oh shoot. So I washed my beauty sponge. She's a little oddly shaped, but she gets the job done. So what I'm gonna do is put this on most of my face. I was scared that was gonna like really drip down. That was kind of a lot. And then I'm gonna just put a tiny bit of this on, it's getting in my eyebrow, on the sponge. Oh, okay, yeah, tiny bit, right. Okay, let's put some of that back. This is a mess, okay. So, and then we'll just mix that together. Oh, also I'm gonna take my nose ring out. Ow. Okay, and I'm just gonna start pouncing this into the skin. Oh man, that's all over my lips. Oh well. God, I'm gonna have to wipe that. That is like ridiculous. This is a lot of foundation. This is more than I would normally use. I'm a little bit concerned. Oh my God. I think that's good. It's definitely thick. She laid it on real heavy, but I think it'll be okay. I'm gonna get out a Neutrogena makeup wipe. These are like the single ones, and clean off my lips because I feel like I just look so ridiculous right now. Oh my god, we need to add some color back to the face immediately. Yeah, this is kind of bad. I might have to start over. Yep, we're gonna start over because this is way too much foundation. I'm looking like in my closer mirror here, and I look so textured and so cakey already. And this is the first step. All right, but you know what? This is all part of the process. I'm gonna put just a little bit more of the Fenty on my sponge, like one pump, and dab that around, and then try to take advantage of what's still on my sponge from before. And then if we have to go over it with a little bit of Fit Me, then we'll do that. But yeah, this is way better. Like, this is a pretty medium coverage foundation, so like that much foundation that I put on is just not necessary because that was just crazy. I feel like I forget that my whole nose a lot. I don't know if that happens to you guys. Yeah, so now I'm gonna put just a little bit of Fit Me on here just to darken my complexion. Oh, did it again. My complexion up a little bit. And like even out the finish. Like I feel like this on top makes for a really good finish. The things I do to be tan. I don't self-tan or anything. I just get really sad about my complexion and use foundation that's too dark for me. Like I just want to look like a Spanish queen. I want to look like the Puerto Rican chica that I am. All right, I'm done with foundation. That looks so much better. I'm looking in my closer mirror and like I don't look as textured or crazy anymore. Now I'm going to get my Kylie Skin Concealer. I don't know the shade of this because there's no shade on it, and I don't know if that's, I don't know why that is, but there's no shade. I'm just gonna do one swipe. This concealer a little bit goes a long way. I turn it so that it's not the flat side, it's like the thinner side, and we'll do a line down my nose, one line on the chin. Like less is more, seriously. Especially since we only used a little bit of the darker foundation, so that this would be light. Okay, so that is all blended out. I honestly love this concealer and would strongly consider the next time I make a purchase, like buying this in my foundation shade. It's like so full coverage and it's very dewy, which I appreciate. Like it has not, it just has like a very like satin finish. Like it looks very glowy. Like I don't know if you can see how glowy I look under my eyes, but like I love that about that concealer. All right, now I'm gonna take, where did I just, okay. I'm gonna take Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Translucent Powder in the shade 100. This is very light. I like a bright under eye. I'm gonna take this brush. It's a double-sided brush, but I use the fluffier side for this step. All of the middle part has like faded away, so I don't even know what it's from, but I got it in a Ipsy bag. Okay, so I'm just gonna lightly run this over the underneath of my eye where I put concealer. Dust this right over, and I also do it on my eyelid because I put concealer there and my eyelids crease so quickly. So yeah, I'm just running this everywhere that I put concealer. I don't set my foundation with powder. I'm gonna put bronzer and blush and everything, and then finishing spray. So I feel like that's like good enough as far as setting my foundation. Okay, I'm gonna put on bronzer. I use the Tarte, it's the Amazonian Clay Waterproof Bronzer, and the shade is Park Ave Princess. This is such a good shade for me. Shout out to my friend Nia for giving this to me for my birthday. Then I'm going to use a Morphe Y11 brush for bronzer. So I just dust it over Then I'm gonna blend it up my temples, across my forehead. And I really like bring it into my hairline. And then same thing on this side. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is blush. So I use the Sugar Contour De-Force Mini Blush in Peach Peak. I think I also got this in an Ipsy. This is literally the only blush that I own. I didn't use blush before I got this one. And then I'm using a Morphe brush, E4, Morphe E4 brush, which could also be used as a bronzer brush. Now I'm going to do eyebrows. I'm gonna use my extremely old Ka-Brow from Benefit and this angled eyeliner brush from Mystery Company. Probably another Ipsy bag brush. Alright, so they are definitely a mess. So I'm going to clean them up, which I never do actually, so I'm a little bit nervous. Alright, I'm gonna take this little tiny brush that I got off Amazon and take my concealer, and I'm literally just gonna like rub this on there just to get a tiny bit of concealer. And then I guess I'm gonna clean them up like this and just define them. Ooh, oh my god. I have to do this more often. That was like a really good move. Wow. Love that. Alright. I'm happy with the way this one looks, so I'm gonna leave it just like that. Yeah. I just have to cover up some of my hair a little bit more. I don't even know if, like, is that a thing? Love. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. I now understand why people do that. That was way easier than I expected. I used to think that was like a difficult step, but apparently not. All right, I'm just going to add a little bit more back into the tail of this one. Cute. Okay, perfect. Wow. My eyebrows have literally never looked better. I'm going to have to start actually doing that. Okay, I'm going to start doing my eyeshadow. This is a Morphe R39 brush, and I'm gonna dip in red pudding, which is right there. So I'm gonna dip into it a little bit, coat my brush. Ooh, okay, it's very dusty. There's like a lot of fallout. Okay, here we go. And I'm literally just going to use this as my transition shade. But I'm also doing like a very simple look. I just want to point that out. Okay, I think that looks pretty even. Now maybe a little bit more. And so this palette I'm loving because this color I'm putting in my eye, I normally will take my bronzer color and literally put that in my eyelid. Like, look at that. The colors literally match like that and that. They're the same. Okay, I'm gonna take the lightest shade Rice Pudding and blend that up to my brow so that there's like more transition going on. This is another random brush I got off Amazon. All right, I'm gonna mix Chia Pudding, which is a darker gold shimmer, and mix it with Spiced Caramel, so these two shades, and run that on my lid as my shimmer, like a cut crease, but not. I'm gonna take this Urban Decay Naked 2 brush. This is like the double brush that comes in with it, and I always use this flat side for shimmer. Now I want to see how these perform without being wet, because I don't want it to be too crazy. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. If you do want something a little bit more intense, I would definitely suggest wetting them. That usually helps for things to like pop a little bit more. I just don't want this to be too crazy because I'm literally just going to somebody's house. Okay, and then I'm gonna actually use the other side of this brush to take the darkest color, which is warm cocoa down here, and just put the tiniest bit in the outer corner just to give this a little bit more dimension. Okay, so I don't know if you can really see the difference, but it darkened it up just a little bit. Oh yeah, you can see that. Okay. And I'm gonna blend that into the other colors, just so everything blends. I'm gonna have to take that lightest color, rice pudding, again, and just like run that on the outside to blend that in a little bit more. Okay, we definitely don't look very even. I'm gonna have to take this brush and go back in with bread pudding and just swipe that over this. Which is fine, it's all blending, it's all good. I'm gonna have to do my under eye. That always, like, I feel like a look is not done until you finish your under eye and have your lashes on, and then you're like, oh, okay, good, like it does look the way I want it. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Okay, so I'm going to, like I said, grab that same brush from before that's from Amazon, go back in with rice pudding, and just blend this. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna take another, I have like this defining brush. This is Morphe E36. And I'm gonna just go back in with the original first color, bread pudding, and just run that under my lash line, my lower lash line. And then I'm gonna take like a big fluffy brush. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I must use that for like a setting powder. And this is literally how I clean my brushes when I'm being lazy. And I just need to swipe away the fallout. Okay, there we go. Sweet, I'm happy with this. I could also use this little brush to, if I wipe that off, to highlight my brow bone in my inner corner, which I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna take this pinky shade, Butterscotch, it's right there, and do my inner corner. I don't know if you can really see that, but it's different. It's like a nice contrast from the other shimmer because it's more pinky and less brown. And I'm also gonna do this on my brow bone. Just a tiny bit. I did cover up some hairs that were there, so you wanna be careful doing this step because you don't wanna draw attention to what you're covering up. And highlighting does draw attention to things like that. But see, it's just a little bit shimmery, a little bit brighter right underneath. Okay, so I guess I can highlight now. I don't really have like a set set of steps that I do my makeup in. Like I just kind of go for it and like whatever. But I'll use, I have this brush. There's no writing on it, so I'm not sure where it's from, but I usually use this as a highlighting brush. It's just like a little pointy, like fluffy brush. And I will use, it's a Milani strobe light highlight, and it's in the shade Day Glow. That's the shade is 2. I'm obsessed with this, and I feel like this goes really well with the eye look as well. So I'll just, with the side of like one of the flat sides, just run this over and highlight the area. I don't go too crazy. Just want like a nice glow to the cheeks. I'll go down my nose and the tip, right in between the eyes, Cupid's bow, and that's it. I'm going to do a very thin liner since we're going to be applying false lashes. So I'm going to use this Ico London Skinny Liquid Liner. It has a nice tip. And I'm just going to do like literally the thinnest liner. Ugh, and here goes the worst part. The left eye is thicker than the right eye. Okay. It didn't come out as thin as I wanted, but it's fine. Before I apply mascara, I'm going to set my face. This is Urban Decay All Nighter. I don't know about y'all, but I have put mascara on and then set my face after and got mascara all over because the mascara gets wet and touches your skin. And I've learned my lesson because it's happened enough times. Okay, so now that that's drying, I'm gonna get mascara out. I'm gonna use, since I'm putting on lashes, I'm not gonna go too crazy with like too many layers of mascara. I'm gonna use the Plumped Up, what is this? Maybelline Pumped Up Colossal Volume Express. This one I think said like 16 times the length and volume of your normal lashes, so I just picked it up and I am enjoying it. It does smell very chemically though, which I don't like. I'm gonna put a thin layer, and then I'll put more after to blend my lashes with the falsies. Now, false lashes are not my thing. I have only put them on successfully a handful of times, so this should be interesting for you to watch. Ardell Faux Mink Wispies. This is the style Demi Wispies. They're just shorter on the inside, a little bit longer on the outside. And yeah, eyelash adhesive, which gets the job done. This is the only lash glue I've ever used, so I have no idea if it's good or not, but it gets the job done. I'm going to, gently pull the lash off and apply the glue. So you just want to do a very thin layer. I'm telling you guys as if I really know what I'm doing.
You want this close for reason?
I am filming.
You gotta leave in like 10 minutes.
What?
You don't have a watch?
What time is it?
3:40?
How is that 10 minutes? It's like 20 minutes.
Don't seem like you're gonna be ready in 20 minutes either.
Yes, I will. All right, while I wait for these to dry, I'm gonna go with a lip color. So I will normally use my Laura Lee Los Angeles liquid lipstick, Nakey Nakey, and Topless. I'll go in with Topless, the darker one around the edges. And then putting the lighter color, Nakey Nakey, in the center. So there's that. The lashes are almost completely dry. I'm on this eye, I don't see any more of the white really, just a tiny bit. But they're definitely stuck on, so I'm gonna go back in with mascara and just blend my lashes with the false lashes. Alright, and that should be that for the top lashes. They look pretty good. I feel like they're not showing up nicely on camera, but I don't know. And then I'm gonna coat the bottom lashes. I just got a little bit on my cheek. So there it is. That is the final makeup look. I'm gonna do my hair, get dressed, and then close out the video. Okay guys, the transformation is complete. My makeup is all done. I just did a slick back ponytail. My hair was curled the other day, so it's still like a little bit curled from that. I've got a turtleneck, jeans and booties on, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Check out my other videos. I know I only have a few. I have a bunch that I'm like in the middle of editing, and the end of like the semester and work and everything has just been kind of crazy, so I will definitely get back to posting more consistently. Also stay tuned because the next video will be a FabFitFun December box review. So yeah, thank you guys again. Bye. I'm gonna go to this holiday party now and show off my banana pudding palette makeup.